You need to play Final Fantasy XIV to learn how to dodge this. Final Fantasy XIV players love to be like, oh, it's the hardest game of all time. And then you watch someone do a raid, and the boss goes like, hey, 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 hey. And then like a big line appears on the ground, and 30 seconds later, the line gets engulfed in fire. And then they're like, see, the thing is, you can't stand on the line when the fire comes out or you'll die. It's so embarrassing. What's funny is that the Final Fantasy XIV nerds, it's like the one standard deviation into the nerdiness, who think they're good at the game. They're like the peak, or maybe it's the trough of the Dunning-Kruger graph, where like competence and confidence are diametrically opposed to one another. Those people are very upset with me for making a joke at Final Fantasy XIV's expense. The people who are actually good, the Mr. Happies, they're like, you got it half right. That's pretty funny. They don't know. You can't make fun of me. Have you ever had Korean barbecue with Mr. Happy? I don't think so. I've had Korean barbecue with Mr. Happy. I can say whatever the hell I want to say about Final Fantasy XIV. I watched Koji Fox sing that Final Fantasy metal song once at the concert, and then they were like, the concert's an hour long, but we only had 37 minutes worth of music, so they just sang the same metal song again. You haven't suffered like I've suffered. I've been in the trenches. It's not stolen valor. Bro, I've literally been to Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. I've shaken hands with Yoshi P. He didn't know who the fuck I was. I didn't know who the fuck he was either, man. I don't know anything else about it. I did win a shirt for winning a PvP match in Final Fantasy XIV at Tokyo Game Show, though. I'm actually 1-0. I'm undefeated in Final Fantasy XIV. Which is why I feel like I can say that it's funny when people act like the game is hard. Because my wife literally just set all my hotkeys and just said, press every single one of them every time they're off cooldown. And that's exactly what we did, and I won. Sorry. It's not really fair because I'm like a professional gamer, but still. I just think they should make the interface like a little bit more complicated. It's almost like a little too easy for a fella like me to understand. You know, not to be rude to roguelikes, but in the year 2014, and you might not believe me, but you might not have been there. In the year 2014, there was one of these a month. There was a Pathogenic every month. And we didn't know how good we had it, man. There still is, you just play the garbage instead. Not true. Magresta, I looked at the game that you linked in the Discord. I can't play that. I'm not gonna play, I believe it's good, but I also believe that every review of it that's good is from people who have spent 3,000 hours in Final Fantasy XIV. It's obviously a game made to play while you're waiting for the queue to pop in Final Fantasy XIV, when you're queuing for, you don't have a full stack for a static, so you're queuing for a roll, but it's not a roll that's like highly in demand, so sometimes you have to wait like 40 minutes. How do you know all this? My wife's a gamer. Me, I just play Guild Run. My wife plays real games. How do you think I knew that Final Fantasy XIV is the hardest game ever made? If you haven't yet learned the foundational tip of when the boss growls and puts a red circle on the ground, stepping in that circle for too long will make you take damage. I know that it's rage bait. I know that when I put this take into my brain, the Matrix wants me to get upset. You know what I've learned? After 10 years in Twitch chat, ignorance is bliss. Yeah, I'd like to say you do Kefka Phase 4 during Mythic Heroic raids when they came out with the Stormblood DLC, and then you're trying to get your raid together, but 3 of the people actually work for a living, so they can't get the, oh, sorry, I have a kid and a full-time job. I can't play from 11 a.m. till 5 a.m. every night. I can't play so we're not going to be world's first, and Mr. Happy's going to get the trophy before us. You try doing that. You try doing that.